Hey everybody, welcome back to The Crossing. Today I want to share with you a commute video that I made recently and dig into a little bit about bike awareness. I know recently I have had a lot of videos about unbound gravel, my journey there, what my training plans are going to be, but I want to also not neglect the other side of this channel, and that is cycle commuting and how cycle commuting and gravel riding actually can go hand in hand. So today we're going to talk about bike awareness. This involves awareness of the size of your bike, its abilities, its maneuverability, and also we're going to talk a little bit about how these cross over into different settings. So bike awareness, its size, its maneuverability, and handling, it really comes in to play in all settings. Cycle commuting, you may encounter this when you're in traffic, or maybe you need to get around traffic or through traffic and take some alternative routes. Maybe you're racing or in a group ride and in a large group of people riding together. You need to know how your bike handles and moves in different ways and how to quickly you can take evasive action. Maybe you're on a solo ride. Again, you need to know how your bike reacts to certain conditions and exactly what you can do and what its capabilities are. So let's jump into the video here. I'm going to share a couple of clips with you, and then we'll talk about what happened in those clips and how I got around, through, or over the obstacles that were in my way. All right, so here we're approaching an intersection. There's a vehicle on my left with their right turn signal on. I pull just far enough forward so that they can see me before I enter the intersection as the light turns green. As the roadway widens here to multiple lanes, I stay in the right lane and take the entire lane. I can see ahead of me traffic is beginning to stack up, which this time of day on this route is a fairly normal occurrence. Now here we can see multiple vehicles stopped on the right-hand side. The left-hand side is stopped, and I'm going to squeeze right through the middle. The big box truck right there is stopped and is parked, so cars can't get around. Traffic ahead is stopped. Now here's where I want to just show you something that can be a little scary. The car on the right, the truck, that blue pickup truck on the right, is parked. It is not moving. It is parked. It's going in to pick up food over here at this restaurant. And the car on the left, the gray car, is going to try to merge right and pass the bus that's in front of it. As it does, I'm trying to split the lane. Probably shouldn't be doing this here, simply because that car could come over if it's not seeing me. I slow way down, nearly to a stop, and see what he does. He stops and gives me the room. I'm able to squeeze through and pull on up to the next intersection. And I'd like to say that, yes, it is legal for me to pass stopped parked vehicles, as long as there is enough room to do so safely. And enough room to do so safely is the way it's worded. So I was able to do so safely and proceeded with my pass. So here we're going to wait for the light to change, and then I'll show you another situation just up ahead as traffic continues to back up even more. All right, light turns green and more traffic is stopped up ahead, right? We've got more buses, SUVs. There's something big happening in town this day. So here we go. I'll take a peek. Yep, I can make it there. Uh-oh. I know for a fact I do not have room to get through there. This bus is on the stripe. I know I do not have a safe amount of room. So I look left, can't go left. There's an SUV. Look right, and it's open. I can hop right up. But there's a pedestrian who waves me on, but I tell him thank you, sir, and go about my day. Hop up on the sidewalk, get around traffic, and here's a wall of pedestrians. So I'm going to turn my light on here and turn it on flashing. This will help pedestrians who have their heads in their phones or they're having conversations and not really paying attention to the world around them to see and be alerted that I am coming their way. So here we go, moving right along, right on through. Taking my time, being cautious around these pedestrians. I'm able to squeeze through there. I catch back down. Let's back right up for just a second and show you why I made this move. You see, between the two individuals standing to the right of this sign, there's a car blocking the path. I cannot continue that way. That gray car is in my way, so I cannot continue going on the path. I pull down in this ramp, check to my left. I see that I have an opening in traffic. So here I go back out onto the roadway. I have plenty of room to the right as traffic is continuing to be stopped. I'm going to pass on the right. There's that stopped car that was blocking the sidewalk. And here we go. Now remember, my light is still on. Police officer stops the car behind me, but does not stop me. This FedEx van does not see me. He hasn't looked. He's trying to clear the intersection. He does not see me. But I saw him and was able to avoid him. Here we go again. I'm going to hop back up on the sidewalk and avoid a lot of this traffic. Doing so carefully, cautiously, slowly, so that I can maneuver safely around these folks. Coming up is, I want to say funny. It's almost a funny interaction. I call out to this group of people, bike back a few times. I believe the gentleman directly ahead of me here with the blue bag in his hand, I believe he has some headphones in. He can't hear me. I do not have a bell on this bike, but I do call out quite loudly, bike back, to alert people that, hey, there's a bicycle coming up from behind you. Please step one way or the other, and I will move around you. Bike back, bike back. Bike back. Oh, let me get. Eventually, he did hop out of the way, and we make it safely through all of that traffic and here to the next traffic light. All right, bike awareness. You saw it in action, the maneuvers I was able to make, but how did I know that I could make it, right? It's just bicycle awareness, knowing how wide my bike is, knowing how it will respond when I lean certain ways, when I have to turn it, when I have to hop up on curbs. I've been riding this bike for a long time, so I know how it responds. But also, you can practice these skills in your driveway. You can practice them out on rides where there isn't traffic. But biggest thing is these are all transferable skills to gravel riding, to cycling with a group of people on road cycling or cycle commuting. These skills are transferable. So once you practice them, once you learn your bike, once you know how big your bike is, what it can do, you can apply these across any style of cycling you want to. Here's a few examples of that, right? So say you're on a gravel ride, you're going downhill and there's an obstacle in your way. You need to be able to recognize the obstacle, maneuver around it safely, and then continue on your path, right? So much like I recognize the obstacles of parked cars, I had to maneuver around them and then get back onto my selected path. I do that on my gravel bike all the time. I do that on my commuter bike all the time. Dodging potholes or getting around parked cars, I have to have the bike awareness to know what the bike can do. In a group ride, you want to know your bike, how big it is, because you might be riding very close to other people. As a result, you may be riding in that group and something happened and you need to make a maneuver around a pothole, or maybe another cyclist goes down ahead of you and you need to make a quick maneuver. Having bicycle awareness of how large your bike is and what it can do could really help you avoid that wreck or obstacle or be caught up in it. These skills are transferable the other way as well. So if you're a gravel rider or a road rider and you're really good at certain skills and you're getting into cycle commuting, or you want to improve your cycle commuting skills, think about the things that you do out there on those rides. Do you track stand? Can you bunny hop? Can you do these things, these skills that will help you maneuver your bike in tight quarters? So I encourage you to get some cones or some sticks or even some blades of grass and throw them in your driveway and start doing some slaloms. Practice your track stand, practice your bunny hops, get better at these basic skills of cycling, and they'll make you a better commuter, a better gravel cyclist, a better road cyclist all around. But most importantly, learn your bike. Learn how it responds. Learn how big it is. Its width, length, height, everything. Know where you can go. Set some cones up in your driveway or even some old pieces of wood or something that you can make a chute out of and try to drive through it, make it varying sizes or have someone else set it up for you without you seeing it and see if you can ride your bike through it safely. Or are you going to rub the sides? Are your panniers going to catch? Are your pedals going to catch the curb height? That's something a lot of people don't even think about is how deep is your pedal stroke when you're coming up to a curb. You don't want to catch that curb with your pedal stroke. So knowing that's all part of bike awareness. I hope you've enjoyed this video today. If you have, make sure you give me a good thumbs up and click subscribe. More great content coming your way from my journey to Unbound and cycle commuting and gravel racing. So can't wait to see you again next time right here on The Crossing. Till then, stay safe. I'll see you on the streets.